Good afternoon. I'm a few minutes later than planned. I had said 12:30 to 1, but it's closer to 1:30, so apologies if you've been waiting, although I'm sure you've better things to do than wait for me. Happy New Year if you didn't check in last week and you're only catching up with us now. Happy New Year to you. Back to our regular Monday slots. As I say, I'm a little bit later today because I'm just back from having Reiki myself with my Reiki master, so I'm feeling nice and blissed out and zen today, because it's really important that you practice self-care, and that goes just as much for therapists as it does for everybody else. So we're all in this together as such. So last time we talked about easing back into 2022, back into routine, leaning back into the things that we need to get done, and trying to sort of, come out of the Christmas and festive period and get back into normality and sort of routine again. So now that we're a week in, we've had our first working week back, we're back in, the energy of the year is really starting to establish itself now. And I don't know about you, but I feel that it's a much slower paced energy. 2022 seems to be much more measured and calm and deliberate and a little bit slower. So for me, I think that's a really welcome change, because 2021 was really fast paced, really frantic. I felt it just was, no sooner was it January than it was December. Whereas I feel that, these first 10 days of the month so far have gone relatively slowly, and I think that's quite nice. So let me know if you feel that, if you feel the same, or if you still feel the hangover from 2021, that it's still running quickly. But I do think it's slowed down. And I think it's telling us to slow down and move about our lives in a deliberate fashion, to slow down and experience life in a more measured and intentional way, to practice a little bit more discernment and a little bit more deliberate focus in our life each day, rather than rushing from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. Good morning, Belinda. First time you've come across my, oh hello, well welcome, it's nice to have you here. So as I said, just 2022, focus the intention of just being a little bit more deliberate in your actions every day, moving a little bit more slowly. Taking time to recharge. You do not have to be on the go all the time. You don't have to always be rushing from one thing to the other in order to be productive. Okay? We seem to have this belief that we have to always be on, that we always have to be doing something in order to be of value, and that's complete nonsense. It's really, really important that we just allow ourselves the time to recharge. We're human beings, okay, not human doings. I say this all the time, but really feel that it's appropriate this year. We are human beings, so learn to just be. If you want to sit and read, then sit and read. If that recharges your batteries, then do that. If going for a walk outside recharges your batteries, then make time to go and do that. It is not wasting time. If you like to write or journal or paint or draw or cook or clean or tidy up, or any of the things that you feel that bring you joy, that's absolutely fine. That helps to recharge your batteries and helps to make your day a little bit better for you. So it's really important, I think, that as 2022 comes into force, you kind of set the intention for how you want this year to be. And it was funny, as I was drawing the cards, I decided this morning to use or this afternoon to use the Angels of Atlantis cards, and I don't use these very often, but they kind of jumped out at me, and I was writing down a few thoughts before I lifted the cards, and when I shuffled them, the very first card that came out was the intention card with Archangel Sandalphon, and the intention card, and I just thought it was quite appropriate. I don't know why I'm ever surprised, because obviously these things are all meant to be, but what are you allowing in your life? What intentions are you setting? What vision are you creating for yourself? Where are you heading? Are you the driver of your life, or are you the passenger? are you sitting allowing someone else to dictate where you go? And are you doing things because you think you have to, or because you think they're expected of you, or because you really want to? You know, you are powerful enough to design your life the way you want it. That you can make a Monday your favourite day of the week instead of the worst day of the week. That you can design your life the way you want it to be, because we only ever have to accept what we allow into our life. We only have to, you know, we have the ultimate choice in life as to how we react to the situation around us. We can only control ourselves and our reaction to events around us. We can't control the things that happen around us, but we can control how we respond and how we react. So we can set an intention to more mindfully experience life and to follow our bliss. And the other card that came up was this card, Zafkiel card with ecstasy written on the bottom of it. And this card asks you to follow your bliss, to love life, to follow your joy, to see the joy and the awe and the magic everywhere, rather than looking at the things that don't bring you joy, you know, and to find those moments of deep spiritual growth and joy. That if you've ever done any meditation and you've maybe had a moment of deep contemplation or deep meditation or transcendence where you just for a moment perhaps become one with the universe, those blissful moments of ecstasy can really inform your life, because you realize that you're so much more powerful than you're led to believe. You have creative potential within you. You are a spark of the divine source and the divine intelligence that came up in the third card that came up today, divine intelligence with Archangel Metatron. Expect miracles and you'll see them everywhere. Expect your shoulders to be liberated from the challenges you carry, and that will happen. Expect health and abundance and joy and love and peace and happiness to come your way, and that's what you'll experience. Because you see, we get what we focus on. So it's really important that we let go of anger and judgment and negativity and criticism, and we step into our own sovereign power. And this is not power over anything. This is sharing a powerful experience of being a creator of your own life, of designing your own life, and having compassion for yourself. Having compassion for yourself as situations that need work are revealed to you. We are in the pre-shadow period of Mercury, which is about to go retrograde next week on the 14th of January. And people often have a fear of Mercury retrograde, but I really like it because it allows you to be the messenger and the communicator in your own life. So this week leading into it, notice what comes up for you. Notice the things in your life that maybe you're being shown need to change, because what are you accepting? What are you allowing in your life? What are you giving your power to? What excuses are you making? What things are you saying, I can't do? So have a look at that. And yes, it is much easier said than done, but it starts with an intention. It starts with an intention to no longer accept the things that do not serve you, to change things, because whatever we don't change, we are accepting. So whatever we continue to allow in our life, we accept. And I see this all the time, and I've been guilty of it myself many's a time, where I have complained about things and I have felt that I had to, do things because I felt that I had to pay bills and I had to go to this particular job I didn't like, and I had to do this and I had to do that, and I had no choice. And then I went, actually, I have a choice. I have a choice. I can make a choice to set an action plan in place to change things and to step into a new way of being. And it's little tiny steps. So we're not saying to you, okay, you don't like your job, quit your job and just, wing it. Nobody's saying that. But what we are saying is, if you're not happy where you are, if you're not happy with the events that are surrounding you, if you're not happy with what's going on in your life at this moment, then you have the power to change it. Simply by how you choose to react to the events around you. If there are people who are draining your energy, put boundaries in place. If there are jobs or situations in your life that you don't like, then start to have a look and see what else you could do that would give you more happiness and freedom. And be brave enough to take the steps towards it. I work with an art coach called Michelle Lloyd. She runs United Art Space, and she's very, very, very inspirational. And I haven't had a chance to listen to her yet this morning, but I will go and do that this afternoon. But we were talking about, she's running this thing at the moment called Best Year Yet. And I do it every year with her. It's very, very good. And she gets you to try and pick a word that sort of signifies where you want to be or what you're aiming for this year. And I've picked the word flow this year. I want to be in the flow. And what I meant by that was I want to step into the flow of life rather than trying to control things and like steer my boat upstream and make it really difficult for myself. I want to just allow life to flow, and I'll go with it, see where it takes me. And it's like a little adventure. And then you start to get that little bubble of excitement, and you get that sort of this is, you know, I'm going to let go of the need to control every little aspect of my life. I'm going to set an intention for what it is I want, which direction I want to place the boat, which direction I want to drive the car, whatever analogy you like. And then I'm going to let go of the need to control exactly how it unfolds. So I am going to work with intention. I'm going to work with the intention and put my powerful, heartfelt, loving, compassionate intention out into the world. Okay? And I am going to follow my ecstasy and my bliss. I'm going to do the things that bring me joy. I'm going to look for the things that make me happy in life rather than looking for things that annoy me. There's so much out there that could annoy you. You have the ultimate control as to what you allow into your mind garden. What do you watch? Who do you surround yourself with? You know, what's in your newsfeed? You can clean that newsfeed up very easily. You know, so people often blame Facebook for a terrible newsfeed. My newsfeed's bliss. It's full of lovely wee animals and books and magic, because that's all I choose to respond to, and I don't interact with anything else. So you have the power. And trust that the divine intelligence that's within you is at play. Rest into the silence. Take time to sit in silence. Take time to even just go outside without earphones and just sit, if you can, in nature, and just listen. Listen to the birds. Listen to water running. Listen to the rain. There's plenty of it. You know, expect miracles, see them everywhere. Listen to what's going on inside you. Listen to your soul's wisdom. Be merciful to yourself and compassionate to yourself. None of this is about judgment. But it is important that you step into your own sovereign power and stop giving it away. Stop giving it away in order to please other people or to do what you believe is expected of you. Because when we all stand in our own sovereignty and we all take back the power that belongs to us in a loving and compassionate way, and we choose to respond to life rather than react to it. So whenever we choose to measure our response and slow down and be more mindful, and we take time to recharge our batteries and to fill our cups first, then we can be of more service to other people. So hopefully that has given you some sort of thoughts for this week as we move into the second week of this lovely slower paced year. And I see, I'm just going to have a wee look at the comments here. Let me see. Hello Sasha. Hi Alan and Belinda. Belinda, you're using your crystals more. You're a crystal therapist, decluttering your home, calling on your angels. Absolutely. And this is the thing, you know, when we declutter, and January is a great time for that. You have this urge, I think, in January to clean and tidy and get rid of stuff. When you clear out stuff, particularly older things, and this is what the full moon that's coming up next week, sort of 17th, 18th of January, that full moon is going to be asking you to let go of any sort of energy that's still carried over from 2021. So this is these next couple of weeks are really good for having a look around at what needs to go and then having a damn good clear out to bring fresh, new, lovely energy in. I did that actually. I did that in the treatment room here. I took it all apart, give it a really good clean and tidy, and ripped away all the old stock and put it up for just anything that needs to go is really, really reduced. And then I went into my art room and I did the same, and I have all these old, well, they're not old, but they're a couple of years older than the new work that I'm working on in my art room, and I just literally, I'm like, these need to go. So they're literally on sale for pennies just to get them out of my room. And I've made the decision that if they don't go, and some of them are really lovely paintings that I really, really love, so some of them I may keep to put up on the wall, and some of them, if I am still not overly keen on them, or if they haven't sold, or if nobody wants them, they will get painted over. And I've just made that decision, and it's like a weight off. It's like, okay, there's spare canvas now, and it's other things for me to be in the flow of life with. So thank you, Sasha. It's nice that you're here. It's nice to feel appreciated too. So I'm glad you're getting some benefit out of this. It was something I decided I thought was nice just to do, just to connect in with people. So as I say, I'm feeling this year's moving much slower. What was that, Alan? I heard someone say to get rid of any mad messages on your phone because that's bad energy. Absolutely. You know, your laptops, your phones, your devices, they all hold energy too. So just like you would clean and declutter your house, take some time to do some, you know, tech admin. Delete your old emails, reorganize them into folders, sort your documents, know where everything is. You know, run your antivirus programs, update it, make sure everything's nice and clean and clear. And all of a sudden that moves more smoothly too. Particularly I would urge you to do any tech stuff now this week before Mercury goes retrograde next week, because as an ex-IT professional, I know that when Mercury's retrograde, everything IT goes a wee bit belly up, and it's quite funny that it happens all the time. I don't know, perhaps maybe we bring it upon ourselves by expecting that to happen. Again, whatever we focus on, we get. Whatever intentions we put out, we get. So we only ever see we see things through the filter that we look through. So as I said earlier, if you expect to see miracles and magic and love and joy everywhere, that's what you'll see. So I hope that's helped. I'm not going to keep you any longer. I'm sure you are either on your lunch break or you've better things to do than sit here all day. But listen, whatever you're up to, enjoy the rest of this week. Move with intention and deliberate focus towards the path of your desired life. And notice how different it makes your week, rather than dancing to someone else's tune. So thank you very much for your time, and I'll speak to you all again next week.